another video. So today is a little bit unusual. I had to come into town. I won't be doing any woodworking today. I also will not be doing much physical activity at all. I seem to have cracked my rib. Not exactly sure how, but I did. And now I'm miserable because I'm having to drive with my right hand, and I don't drive with my right hand, so this is, this is fun. I've been having a few pains in my chest over the past couple of days. And my first thought was that it was, other things. I thought it might be just a plethora of things. And then it got to where it started to hurt while I was breathing, like taking deep breaths. I would cough or sneeze, and it was excruciating. It hurts to lift my arm up, like to pull on it. Yeah. It's the only thing I can think is that it's a cracked rib. So, and I don't do doctors. I can't stand doctors. I have bad experiences I have bad experiences with doctors because most of the ones I've seen only care about money. They could not care less about the patient. So, this coming week is supposed to be really, really nice. It's supposed to be almost 70 every day. I'm excited. So what I'm going to do, instead of doing a whole lot of woodworking, I'm hoping to spend most of the week outside. I'm going to be going to my other plot of land, and I'm going to start setting up a camp because I want to camp desperately, desperately bad. And it's about time, and I want you all to come with me. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I still have to finish my youngest son's birthday and start my oldest son's birthday gifts. So I also have to make a Mother's Day gift and then a birthday gift for my wife. So her, Mother's Day is in May. My wife's birthday is in July, so I need to work on something like that. I've got some time. I've got several months that I can work on some stuff. I don't have to try and kill myself. But that's a fun fact about me, if you didn't realize. I tend to go as hard as I possibly can on everything I do, and it usually hurts me. I work until I'm in pain. That's just how it works with me. But I might be down, and we might just be doing some conversation videos over the next few days, because I'm in a lot of pain. Yeah, I'm hurting pretty good. So, but I was sitting there last night, hurting, and I usually spend my evenings while my kids are going to bed thinking about upcoming videos, content that I need to make, projects that I would like to do, just both on my own time and for you guys. And it's I would like, and I'm doing videos of small rituals. You know what I mean? Nothing big, nothing fancy, but just like the blessing of the land, the hallowing rites, and the honoring the Landvatir, different ways to honor our ancestors and our gods. But we cannot forget about the others, the dwarves and the giants and the trolls. I mean, these are all things that are prevalent in our faith. So they all take a little bit of, we need to pay our respects to everything. To all of them, all the creatures and all the beings that inhabit the 9 realms. I know we honor our gods and we honor our ancestors, but there's a lot more to it than what you see on the surface. I've been dealing with that a lot lately. The people who only see the surface of our faith, they only see it at face value. They only see that there's Odin and there's Thor and there's Loki. And I've touched on this in previous videos about how the movies have done an incredible job of introducing people to our gods, but they don't see them as that. They see them as comic book characters. They see them as superheroes. And as incredible, I'm going a different way home. It takes longer. I can talk to you longer. Their sagas and their tales might be tremendous and exciting and awesome, but I've seen a lot of people deifying them. I've seen them turn them into these. They compare them to the Christian God. And for the record, I'm not bashing anyone for what they believe. I do want to say that disclaimer. I'm not criticizing anyone for how or who or what they believe. But we can't deify our gods and compare them to the Christian God, because that's not who they are. That's not what they are. I know in Christianity, the Christian God is all-powerful and all-knowing and kind and loving. Well, there is no single one of our gods that is all-knowing. There's no omnipotent God. They're not kind. They're not loving. I hope you'll pardon my French here, but they're all bastards. They're ambitious. They're conniving. They're schemers. They focus on themselves. You know, they don't get me wrong, they have wonderful traits. They do. They are strong, and that actually hurt to say it the way I did. They are strong. They are wise. They are, in Loki's case, playful. They are many, many things. It's like Freya. Use Freya as an example. She is loving. She is. But she can also rip your head off, disembowel you. She's a strong woman, warrior goddess. Like, when I think warrior goddess, I think Freya. That's just where it's at for me. But they're not these crazy deities. They're not immortal. They are not. I'm gonna drive around for a little while. They are not. Infallible. I say that because if you've read the sagas, read the stories, the lore, the history, you know that they have been proven wrong. You know they are not perfect. They are our gods. But to me, they're not deities. They're not. Infallible. They're just not. And that's okay. That to me, that makes them a little more relatable. They have their strengths and their weaknesses, their faults and their little quirks. And to me, that makes them more relatable. As my gods, I can sit down and relate to what they go through. Not on the level in which they go through, but on a smaller level. I'm not out here fighting frost giants or, sacrificing my eye for wisdom. I'm not doing these incredible feats. I'm living my life one day at a time. Because that's the best I can do. That's all I can do. And that's how I see them as relatable. They are mortal. They can die. No, I mean, Baldur's a perfect example of that. But, and I would like to point out that I am not comparing myself to the gods. I am not saying that I am as good as the gods. I am by far not as good as the gods. I do hold them to a higher standard than I hold myself. But I try not to put them on a pedestal. You know what I mean? I try not to treat them as bow down and worship. I must, I have to kiss their feet kind of thing. I don't do that. So, sorry. But that's how I view our gods. They're just sort of an insight into my mind on how I see them and how I relate to them, because some things that we go through require physical strength, while others require mental and emotional strength. And the sagas and the lore, it's all there for that reference reason. To say, okay, well, I might not be strong enough, but Thor's been through something far worse. Maybe I can lean on him for strength. That's what makes them relatable. That's how you relate to the gods. Is you see the plights that they have went through, and you use that to make a connection. So maybe, I mean, if you've ever struggled connecting with one of the gods, maybe you can do that. Maybe you can use that advice to connect and find common ground, as it were. Because that's the only way we advance and grow in our faith, is by connecting more and finding that common ground and the shared plights and the shared tales, and it's just how it is. I'm in an extraordinarily intense amount of pain. That really, really hurts. And here I am out just driving around instead of going home and resting, right? See what you guys mean to me? Just so we can talk. I love you guys. So, that's how I see it. That's how I find that common ground with them. So maybe that'll help you. I hope it does. I hope I've helped you in some way. I don't know if you noticed, but I trimmed my beard a little bit. I felt pretty good about my decision to do it. Kept the length, but I trimmed the sides. See? Now I look like I'm white trashed all the patchiness. Yeah. But my wife likes it, and that makes me happy, because if my wife is happy, I'm happy. So, but I think I've ran off at the mouth long enough today. So I'm gonna head on back to the house and relax a little bit, and be sure to hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.